What is up, my people? It's Anime Tier here. Now, the first thing that I want to say is, if you have not watched the reaction portion of Fairy Tail episodes 140 through 146, oh, and just so you know, 140 through 146 is divided in two parts. Okay, sorry about that, but so check in the description. You should see part 1 and part 2 in the description. So watch part 1 first, obviously, before you get to part 2. I know that's kind of a no-brainer, but you know, I just feel like it needs to be said. So yeah, watch the reaction portions before coming here into the discussion. So okay, so for Fairy Tail episodes 140 through 146, the biggest thing, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is my opinion. Some of you might not like me for this or whatever, some of you might agree, but oh my god, even though the Arashio Seis became a part of this whole dilemma, it felt very slow paced. It felt very dull. Like, I get the immediate threat. There was a huge immediate threat, and I like the built up that it was, especially toward the last episode, who we found out who was really manipulating the Archbishop. That was kind of cool. So now, with all the knowledge I have up to this point, it's obvious that the Arashio Seis, everyone around revolving the Arashio Seis, is literally behind the method of ending the world. For some, okay, like, but I feel like the Arashio Seis are being manipulated by, as all we know up to this point, up to episode 146, we know that Zero is indeed the one scheming behind the scenes. So Zero, the one that Natsu defeated in Golden Flame Dragon Force mode. By the way, we need Dragon Force mode back. That was such a killer ass mode. We need that form back. That was my overall favorite power that Natsu has, but we don't ever see it again. And I mean, obviously it's a filler, so it doesn't really count, but Natsu throughout these whole episodes felt very nerfed. His attacks were very dull, stiff, not much flexibility, not much creativity. It was just go fist, fire fist, fire fist, fire fist, wing attack, wing attack, wing attack. Basically spamming the same moves over and over again, and not even being creative with his techniques as he usually is. Now, obviously, you can't really give too much thought into well, you can if you want to, but you can't really credit this as much because it is a filler. Fillers don't count. They're not a part of the original story. But some people say it's semi-canon, so I'm becoming much more aware of that. But I will say that this few episodes, I mean, you can probably tell it in my facial expressions throughout these episodes, but they felt kind of, I don't want to trigger people, okay? I really don't. I still love Fairy Tail, and I'm not going to take this arc seriously because it's filler. Well, I am and I am. Like, once again, the only thing that really makes me appreciate this arc is that it's concentrated around Lucy. And even though, like, it felt like this arc seemed like it was trying to, I guess, how can I say this, deepen the bond between Michelle and Lucy as the characters, Michelle played hardly any role toward these episodes till, like, the very few end. Like, maybe episodes 144, 145, and 146, she finally came out of the closet, and we finally know that she's actually working with the Arashio Seis. As for what's her real objective in all this, I don't know, but apparently she's super possessive of Lucy. That is confirmed. What we don't know is she says this is for Lucy's own good. Why? You said you tricked her. Now you said this is for her own good, even though literally the world is going to end because time itself is going to be non-existent. So I really don't know what Michelle is up to. She is freaking vague, and she's literally been irrelevant. She was only relevant within, like, maybe the first 5 or 6 or so episodes of her introduction, but toward the middle, like toward the development of them gathering the keys and then trying to stop the clock the grandfather, father clock or whatever, from going through its Armageddon plan, she's been completely irrelevant till like toward the end. And even Lucy herself, like, obviously Lucy still stood as a grounded character for this plot as a whole, but it's like for this arc she was a walking plot device. But as for her contribution, as well as Michelle, which I felt like that should have been more exploited. Lucy should have been more shown kicking ass, more delving into her character. I mean, it was kind of doing that, but that's why I said the pacing for it was really bad. Like, the pacing for it was slow. To me, anyway, when I felt like this arc should have been more concentrated toward Michelle and Lucy, instead of really making it slow pace roughly in the middle, and then speed boost out of nowhere toward the end. All of a sudden now we're starting to like peel the skin off this potato, if you know what I mean, or peel the skin off this apple, off this orange, or off this, you know what I mean. So there's that. So that's why, in my opinion, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get as much development for Michelle and Lucy as I would have liked. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys felt like you had, like, maybe it was suitable enough for you guys. But for me, personally, I would have liked more. I would have liked the foundation of this arc to be Lucy and Michelle more bonding. So that's the one thing that I felt, me personally. I'm not saying that's a fact. It's my opinion. I felt like it should have been handled better. Now, it is a filler. What are you gonna do? It's a filler. You can't really discredit or credit or even really get all that much invested in this because it's a filler itself. It doesn't contribute at all to the original. Well, once again, as someone previously mentioned in my Discord, quite a few actually, it somewhat ties into canon material. I still don't know it yet. Now, if they did cover that, let me know in the comment section below if I missed it. If I missed something that's important, please let me know in the comment sections below. For me, it was a little harder to stay in tune with this arc when I couldn't find myself really enjoying this reaction. Not saying the whole arc, but this reaction as a whole. Partially, I couldn't invest as much till toward the ends. From episodes 144 through 146, I got a bit more invested in this. But anything before that felt a bit slow paced. And once again, what really bugged me the most was Lucy and Michelle's bond. Lucy and Michelle, like, even more so Michelle becoming irrelevant in certain times in this reaction. Even the previous reaction, she felt very irrelevant till toward the end. Well, semi-end. We're getting closer to finishing this filler. So that's it. My second biggest gripe is Natsu being nerfed and honestly almost as irrelevant as Michelle, to be honest with you. He was kind of irrelevant like her. But once again, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not saying I'm not really disappointed, kind of. Maybe I had my hopes too high. Maybe that was it. But I wanted more. I felt like the material that they had, like the setup, the idea, the concept was there. It was on, but the development, like, it's not terribly bad, but it's like very, very okay. It's okay. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's not S tier or SS tier, but it is okay. It's okay. For this reaction specifically, I'm not speaking for the whole arc. This particular reaction. Maybe toward the next few reactions for this arc, I might get a change of heart. toward the end of episode 146, I already got a clear-cut image of how this arc, its antagonists were folded. It was unfolded. Zero was the main. Why didn't I think Zero was gonna be in this? Practically every member of the Arashio says no. Yeah, practically every member except that one that quit. That really blocky-looking dude. Keep forgetting his name. But Zero turned out to be the main man in all this. Now, because Zero is back, I'm hoping. Well, no, Guild Arts is fighting him, but I hope maybe Natsu gets in this, and Natsu goes Dragon Force mode. If that happens again, I don't care if it's filler. If that shit happens again, that's freaking hype. That would be freaking hype. So that's one thing I kind of want to look forward to, because once again, Natsu has been taking L's left and right. If you really think about it, if you really think about it throughout this whole, right, Natsu's just been handed the L, bro. It's like straight up L for him. But either way, once again, this reaction was all right for me. It wasn't great. It wasn't crazy hype. I'm kind of curious. The only thing that I guess I can take from these episodes is that I'm more curious about Michelle and what her motives are. What does she mean, like, this is good for Lucy, and what do you mean Lucy belongs to her? Those are the few things I can take away from this that I look forward to in the next preceding reaction to Fairy Tail. Once again, guys, let me know if I can watch the opening, or if I can't, and if I can't, when. Let me know in the comment sections below of this video. But that's it. See you guys later tonight in the next few reactions for the next anime I'm going to be reacting to. Once again, it's either going to be something new or something that gets carried over from before. Well, not carried over. Juggle in again from before. It's either going to, if it's going to be something from before, it's either going to be Yu Yu Hakusho, Assassination Classroom, or Season 2 of SAO. Or if something new that I want to check out that you guys may like. We'll see. Anyway, guys, that's it for the review portion. I guess if I want to leave it on a note, when you guys saw the same amount of episodes as I did up to this point, did you felt the same as I did? Did you felt like it was kind of did you felt maybe like maybe I can broaden my perspective a bit more and I can appreciate it more? Maybe? I really tried to be as hype as much as possible, but if you notice throughout my entire reaction, there are some scenes I was hyped for, and there were some where I was like, it's like I'm waiting in anticipation. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Another thing I want to say is, I didn't directly mention it, but was I the only one that thought that when I saw Michelle, I'm just gonna call her Michelle, screw the other name, when I saw Michelle and I saw her transform, was I the only one that thought freaking that's what I thought. I didn't say it because I was, I guess you can say I was trying to get immersed into the plot itself. So there's that. Anyway, guys, once again, that's it. That's what I want to let you guys know. Answer the questions in the comment section below if you want to. Links to Mega are in the description, so make sure you click those links if you want to see the reaction. If you have any issues with the links, this is something I never say, but I will say it now. If you have any issues with the links that I have in the description, join my Discord, and we have Google Drive links brought to you by one of my mods, Cody. You can thank Cody. For those of you guys that watch Cody's link, make sure to thank this guy. He's been putting out work for us. Same thing with Ushio. I just realized, Ushio, is your name from Clanid? Because that's Tomoya's kid's name. I just realized that. So just wanted to ask you that personally, me to you. So yeah, make sure to thank my mods, and make sure to thank Juvia, who's also a mod. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Peace.